What's up, guys? My name is Trey Carter, and this is the Growing Wealth channel, and I wanted to bring you guys a video today about how you can invest more without making more. And really, it comes down to this simple thing. I'm sure everybody has heard of the guy by the name of Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my personal, I wouldn't say heroes, but definitely one of the people I follow a lot that I would say that's a indirect or partially direct mentor to myself in regards to different decisions I make and how I kind of operate and pursue my dreams. Anyways, one thing that he talks about is about living fancy. Living fancy. Now, what does living fancy mean? It's pretty much doing what I've done my whole life, and I'm going to continue to be battling with, right? Now, I'm not the type of guy that buys expensive clothes, as you can see, Manny Pacquiao shirt, although I guess it is Nike, but I'm not the type of guy that goes out and spends a lot of money on clothes or anything of that nature, but I am the type of guy that will literally drink probably 1 to 2 energy drinks every single day. I will probably eat out just about every other day. This is on good behavior. And then we will have probably one meal in the week, whether it's going to see a movie or doing something else. So that bill runs us about $40 to $50 during that week. That's just a small example right there of what the definition of living fancy is. Now, for myself, I've been very focused on trying to figure out how to grow wealth, which is what this purpose of this channel is to document and hopefully show some pitfalls or successes that I've had that maybe you yourself can emulate, or just kind of watch out of entertainment to laugh at my poor decisions or great decisions. So, but for that fact, what we're actually doing is that we've been trying to find a way on how to get more money so we can invest more. Because there's a couple stocks and companies that are out there that I'm very interested in investing in. But unfortunately, right now, this time, based off the budget that we currently have available to us, there's only 1 to 2 stocks at a time we can continue to invest in. And I don't have the available funds to invest to the degree that I wish I can. So I really have 2 options about it. I could cry about it, which is definitely an option. Or I could do the other part. I could really evaluate where my money is currently going today. Now, what does that mean? So the title of this video is simple: how to invest more without making more. Now, this is going with the assumption with this, that you've had your budget laid out and you've got everything that you can with your current expenses going out to your investment portfolio or whatever you have invested or saving for, right? Now, for myself, we've done a pretty good job of that because we've followed a lot of the Dave Ramsey's based method within paying off all credit cards, paying off our student loans. And really the only thing we have right now is currently our house, which is incredible. So the only thing we owe right now is on our house. Then we started evaluating some of our expenses. And some of the things that I found were, for a moment, I thought they were embarrassing, but really talking to some of my friends, this is kind of a normal thing. So I'm very curious to see if you guys experience some of this as well. So for me, drinks-wise, I'm very big into energy drinks. I probably shouldn't drink as much or drink them at all, but for me, energy drinks are really, unfortunately, a part of my life. Now, for you, it may be coffee, so you can kind of interchange this. But for me, generally speaking, an energy drink costs anywhere from $2.26 to $2.40, right? Now, if I'm being very honest with you, some days I'll drink 2. Okay, but let's go with the assumption that I'm only drinking 1. So with 7 days in a week, that means I am spending $16 a week on energy drinks. $16, right? Now, that doesn't seem like a whole lot initially right off the bat, right? At least maybe someone partially like myself. But when I look in the course of a month, right, and we times that by 4.3, because some months have actually 5 weeks within that month. So times that by 4.3, it comes out to $68.92 a month that I am spending only on energy drinks, right? That could almost buy me, well, not almost buy me 2, but I could buy an Activision stock for that price, right? I could buy a $54 share, a piece of a company that pays me a dividend and that can grow into more money, right? Now, myself, I can argue anything. I can argue that energy drink helps, gives me energy to make more sales and do better, make more money. Sure. But that coffee I can make at home for like 25 cents probably could do the same thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And then in the course of a year, and this is assuming I'm drinking 1 energy drink a day only. There's some days I'll drink 2, right? That is $827.14. Wow. At one point in time, last year, that could have been 1 Google share. Wait, maybe not last year. No, what? Maybe it was. Anyways, we could end up almost buying a Google share for that 1 share. Just the energy drinks I spent in the course of literally 52 weeks, 1 year, 12 months. Wow. Then we take it to the next step, right? So that's an additional $827 in this year that we would have to be able to spend. Awesome. Now let's take that a step further. And this is bare minimum about what I would spend if I was on my best behavior. So what we're doing now is that instead of me looking at anytime I go get fast food, Chick-fil-A, or anything else like that, I'm going with spending, we would generally spend about $35 to $40 when we're really well behaved, whether we went and saw a movie and they got food with that as well. But sometimes it gets up to $50, right? So let's go with $40. Let's assuming that I spend $40 a week on eating out. That's the low end, okay? In a month, that's over $172 just on eating out when we have the availability of eating at home. For the course of a year, that's over $2,064 on the low side. Like, I'm telling you right now, if I told you that's all we spent eating out, I would be very dishonest with you at this point, because we spend a lot more than $40 a week. But that is if we get really diligent and try to be really smart. That's more than likely, if we're giving into some guilty pleasures, more likely what we're going to be about. So just there in itself, that is over $2,800 in 1 year that currently myself could have to invest more money, to grow it, to continue to grow our wealth, to have to be able to invest if we didn't spend either as much or at all on those things. Now, for me, eliminate eating entirely probably will be pretty difficult, right? It's going to be a process that for me, and I think you should view this way too, is that you should give yourself a little grace, right? So the goal is improvement, not perfection, because more than likely perfection is, it's just not going to come. You're going to do it for a little bit and then you're going to fall off the train. It's like a diet, right? You got to start making little baby steps, little baby goals, and progress from there. For me, eliminating that energy drink is going to be huge, because coffee, caffeine in the morning, I could get that. But I'm real big on like a routine of like having something in hand ready to drink, right? So I went out of my way. We bought this, actually, it's right here. It's essential type water right here at Sam's Club. For this entire thing, it gives you 12 of these babies, right? For only $9, which allows me to drink 2 of these a day, and it's about half the price. Half the price of those energies. So just there in itself, that's additional $400-ish. We can still call it $800 because I'm including that in my grocery bill, right? So it's about $800 a year we're going to get additional to be able to invest. Now keep in mind, you're like, that's a year. So that doesn't do much for me today. But the way I choose to invest and how we're doing this is that we're thinking about where we're going to be at when we're 45, when we're 50, and when we're 60. This isn't about where we're at today, which is when we're 29 years old, or trying to make that in like six months or something of that nature. What we need is that we need little itty bitty improvements in what we can invest with and that type of capital, because over time, if we find more things like my energy drink, guess what we're going to have? It's going to equal to more. So along with the eating thing as well, eating for me and my family is, we eat at home a lot and we make a lot of food at home, but we find ourselves on the weekends, for example, going out to eat. Or if I forget to pack my lunch, I'm going out by myself to eat. We have a barbecue shop literally right by where we work. So you can imagine having ribs, pulled pork, and sausage as my mouth is watering right now, ready and available for us, Missouri style. It's good, right? And it's pretty decently priced. I justify it because we also get a discount as well. But let's be real for a second. An additional $20, $30 on top of that $40 that I spend with my wife on the weekends, it adds up pretty big. So just there in itself, guys, on the low end, that's $2,800 in a year additional that we can have. That's just the bare basics right there on the top. You can go a step further, evaluating your grocery bill, evaluating your spending bill in regards to, how often are you buying video games? Is that $59 really worth it for that game that you may play only for a month or two, and then it's collecting dust and it's done? Because a lot of the way we buy games today, for example, is you download it and you play it and it's done. There's no resale value to it, right? But if you buy a physical copy, sure, possibly you can, but that's still money that is invested into that when you could have been putting it into, for example, Tesla, right? You could have put that towards something else that would have allowed you to invest and grow your money and grow your wealth. And for me, it's a big transition from living this fancy type mindset lifestyle and trying to transition to not entirely a minimalist type level of thinking, but somewhere between fancy and being minimalistic. But my goal is to be to give myself grace, to be patient, and understand that the goal is to be frugal, but we're gonna have moments of falling short with that a little bit. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit probably all over the place, but the point of this is that we're really gonna make a big step in regards to trying to be more frugal, to not spend as much, more so myself doing that because of the energy drinks, and have more money available so we can do a little bit more, invest a little bit more. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, I don't even care if you headbutt it. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Also subscribe, follow the channel, all that fun stuff. And good luck out there, guys, and I hope you guys have a great week. Peace.